Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Esoteric Influences for we're in November, the week of the 1st through the 2nd, November 2020. Well, I if you get the newsletter, Mondays, geomancy, I list the numerology, the for the day, the rune, the geomancy rune, where the moon is first before I do the interpretations. And I did this both on the newsletter version of it and the one for the blog. I have it correct in the body, but up in the top I had it as Fortuna Major, and it should be Carcer. And so I wasn't able to change that because I already sent that out. But anyway, it's correct in the lower part of it. So I apologize for that. But I'm like, something isn't right here. I've got too many Fortuna Majors. Fortuna Major appears twice this week. I think Via does too, and I'm not sure about Carcer. Let me look here. Yeah, it appears twice as well. So I don't know how I don't know how I messed that up, but anyway, I did. Anyhow, let's go over the esoteric influences for the week. And we have a one energy for today on this 11th month, this 22 years. So November is a month and year, this year anyway, of master number enlightened sort of influences. And so you've got 11, which is the master number for illumination and awakening. And then you have the 22, which is the cosmic builder, and that's profound soul level manifestation. So I mean we can look at this. We also had a blue moon last night. So what I think that, at least I hope that it's portending, is that we're going to maybe have this year to wake up a little bit. And see what works for us and what doesn't. I think that, I saw just real quickly, I saw a video of the Biden bus in Texas on the weekend. And you had people from the opposite camp in trucks and whatnot, basically trying to run them off the road. And I think they got them slowed down to where they were doing on this highway they were doing, and it's multiple lanes. They got them down to like 20 miles an hour. So they canceled that event and they went on to the next one that they were going to. And so I think that we've gotten to a place where things are just unsustainable. You can't behave that way. And apparently the police did nothing. So, we've got some real problems right now. And I think that this month we have a chance to switch things around. So I really hope that we do. So that's my hope for this week. That we have, new beginnings and all of that. The rune for Sunday is Kenaz, the 6th rune of the Elder Futhark. And let's see, again, the geomancy rune is, I've got them all sitting out here, is Fortuna Major, or Greater Fortune. And the moon currently is in Taurus. So for Sunday, allow new perceptions to take hold today. Joining with others in a unified plan. Offer support and assistance if possible, but do so safely. Take a leadership role if desired, and allow the light of source presence to inform your decisions. Heal your mind, body, and spirit, and foster success today. Focus on routine tasks and projects that are already in play, and leave anything new for another day. If interactions with a partner are difficult, it may be the effect of the moon sesqui square Venus, and its counsel to exercise some patience or restraint could be your best option on Sunday. If past woundings come up or you're feeling sensitive today, face your emotions without fear, because this is a healing time and you're ready to accept that gift, which is the moon's semi-square Chiron. And again, the moon's in Taurus today. You may also find yourself dealing with another person's irrational ego today that seems attracted to your own personal sense of power. So they're drawn to you. Somebody irrational is drawn to you because of your own sense of personal power. Whether it's a need for competition by the other person or something else that's going on within them, remain calm and know that there is likely no solution possible. Therefore, it's just best to remove yourself from the situation entirely until emotions settle a bit today. And that's the recommendation from the human design chart and the I Ching information there. Moving on to Monday, the 2nd of November, that's a 2 energy on Monday. Again, you have an 11, a 2, and a 22, so you almost have things balancing, and I talk about that a little bit. Othala, the 24th rune of the Elder Futhark, is the rune. Karser is the geomancy rune, and I'm kind of using it a little bit in a more positive way than typically. And then we are actually now in Gemini. The moon shifted from Taurus to Gemini at 2 o'clock this morning. So during the crone phase of the blue moon, we'll be in Gemini. So there's a switch from Taurus to Gemini. The moon was actually in Taurus last night when it was full. So for Monday, although I didn't reduce the 11 to 2, given its master number status, if we did so, we would have a 2 to 22 numerology for the day, which is interesting, if only in its redundancy. But it's an interesting balance, isn't it? But with the 11, we have awakening, which is the 11, as the cause, with manifestation, the 22, as its effect. The 2 itself describes the cause and effect nature of the relationship, I think, between the 11 and 22. So awakening to soul manifestation, right? And we're going to balance that. Actually, there's more of really, you have the cause and then the effect. So the cause of enlightenment and then the effect of soul level manifestation on Monday, the 2nd. But all that said, on Monday, collaborate with others in a balanced effort, awakened by their experience and manifesting its truth. So reach out to friends and family on Monday to redefine your sacred space and be reminded of tradition and legacy as you surround yourself with their loving presence. That's Othala. And also Karser, keeping that tight, restrictive kind of, I'm focused on family and tradition. That's my values. You're sort of establishing it. And that's kind of the positive aspect of Karser, if there is one, in fact. It's a time where we're reminded of who we are together and the benefit of a shared path forward. With the moon in Gemini on Monday, new ideas flow easily. However, be prepared to be somewhat picky in your choice of opportunities as they arise. A weak semi-square between the moon and Mars may indicate some irritability between you and a partner, and if so, pay it no mind. Take a walk or engage in some other physical activity and let it go. You may find that your irritation could disappear without a shot ever being fired, so I would recommend that. Remain disciplined and focused on Mondays, sharing your knowledge with others, remembering that we're all on a shared path based upon shared values. Engage honestly with those around you and know that any suffering experienced is by design from an individual far too competent for the grand position he currently holds, at least for now. And that's the human design and I Ching chart for Monday, the 2nd of November. Now, moving on to election day, the 3rd, we have a 3 energy for the day. So 11 for the month, 22 for the year, and a 3 for the day. So some catalytic energy, some mind, body, spirit balance, some creativity, some invocation of will, communication, all of that, assertion, self-assertion. I guess that's what we're doing. But here's the thing. The rune is Isa for the day, the Norn rune for alignment. It's the static realm, the present moment. So we're going to align in spirit. If you're voting on Tuesday and you haven't already, then you are going to be aligned in spirit when you do that. Make certain that you are and make the right choice for transformation and healing and unity consciousness to be manifested this year. The geomancy rune is Puella. We can, it's sort of a scattered young girl effect, and so it can basically loosen perceptions, and so see the truth for what it is. because it is there. You don't have to buy into the con any longer. It's over. And also the moon is now in Pisces, emotional Pisces. So as nervousness increases over the outcome of Tuesday's election, use the 3 energy to align your mind, body, and spirit to remain focused and optimistic that justice will prevail. Although the presence of Puella indicates energy that's scattered, it's not negative, but an energy that's simply focused on everything at once. Align and ease this higher self-focus to find relief from the chaos. Puella's scattered thinking likely won't help chatty Gemini maintain its own focus. Actually, we're not in Pisces. Are we in Pisces yet? No, we're not in Pisces. We're actually in Gemini. So let me change that. I need to probably change that on the blog too, because I copied and pasted this over. So we're still in Gemini. This is the effect of having Samhain and Halloween and a blue moon all at once. It's like I'm trying to do everything at once. It's like, oh my God, did I get it right? Evidently I didn't. So anyway, I found another error that I'm going to have to go and take care of. But in any event, again, the body is correct. So Puella's scattered thinking likely won't help chatty Gemini maintain its own focus. Let me put some asterisks here so I don't forget where that is, so I can change that on the blog. Share your ideas as well as your excitement with others today as we all await the election's outcome, but above all, remain confident of the path forward and let go of any intolerance regarding the views of others, and that's the moon sextile Mars. Surrender the moment and be aware of the greater picture as it unfolds. Recognize patterns that are self-serving and admit mistakes to begin anew. Allow, like I'm doing today, allow clarity to drive forward the shared path toward change and remain calm within the chaos. Even the chaos of your mind. If it's like mine, it's like, oh geez, what's going to happen? I know what my pendulum is saying, but you never know. So know that together we can begin the process that heals the country by what happens at the election today. And on Tuesday, as we reassess our perceptions along with the understanding that our relationships with each other are what truly sustain us in the long run. And that's from the Human Design and I Ching chart for Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, let me make sure all of the, let's see, Gemini till Cancer. Yes, that's there. Hagalaz is there. Carcer is there. Okay, so we're all cool on Wednesday's information. It all matches. So anyway, the 4th of November is a Wednesday. We have a 4 energy for that day. Hagalaz is the rune for the day, the 9th rune of the Elder Futhark, a second Norn rune of the past. First we had Isa on Tuesday, and then Wednesday we have transformation or destruction in preparation for change. But it's within a fixed framework. Think magic, think spellcraft, and basically what we're doing, irrespective of what it is, whether it's the circle we do it within or the container of the body or some kind of container like I did a spell last night, a candle spell with my cauldron, and I did it outside under the moon. And so you're looking at effecting change within a fixed framework. So in my case, I was doing it within a cauldron. See, I don't have my cauldron back in here, but I was doing it within my larger cauldron. And so, and then Carcer, another, effect of the same sort of, keeping everything imprisoned. We'll see what happens there. It can also be misuse of power or control from either self or others. That's the geomancy rune for the day. And then today, on Wednesday, again, it's another split energy day from Gemini until Cancer, only this time, instead of that taking place early in the morning, hours before we wake up, or if we're still awake or something at that time, it takes place at 1:46 in the afternoon. So we'll have a little bit of split energy to deal with during the day, during the waking hours. So with all that, as a new day begins on Wednesday, the 4th, we reassess practical concerns to establish a secure foundation. That's the 4 numerology. Even as we feel bound by the impact or control from others. And that's Carcer. We may not have all of the election results. And so we're kind of feeling constricted a little bit on Wednesday. But maybe we will. We won't. But I mean, maybe there'll be stuff and nonsense probably going on. Use the rune Hagalas to reestablish boundaries that have perhaps gotten away from you so that you can move forward in peace and security. If you've been sort of aligning yourself with maybe groups of people that really don't have your best interests or your values at heart. You get caught up, right? And this is just a time to let that go and refocus and reassess. On a split energy day, we feel the transition, at least on Wednesday, from chatty and engaging Gemini to a more introverted Cancer in the afternoon. Again, 1:46 p.m. when it shifts. But until that transition occurs, a sesquisquare between the moon and the sun signals that timing could be off. So relax a bit if you can and avoid tension with others. It's probably just the flow, the transitional flow you're experiencing at that point. You're getting more, introverted, more, family focused and away from other focused. Let's see. In the afternoon and evening, focus on home and nurturing family if you can. So reject old patterns to make way for new opportunities. However, allow lessons learned to inform your new path. Using whatever self-correction is required to avoid any backpedaling. It's time now for new perceptions to take hold and guide you into the future. And that's the Human Design and I Ching influences for Wednesday, the 4th. Now on Thursday, the 5th, our Jupiter day, Thursday's a Jupiter day, we have a 5 energy that aligns, well, that's the 5. It's change, it's protection, and you see that in the center of awakening and manifestation. So you can see some relationship there. Manaz, the 20th rune of the Elder Futhark, is the rune for Thursday. You can kind of see Vunyo forward and reverse there, and Gebo in the center, also Dagaz. Vaya, or a new path, new alignment, new focus, is the geomancy rune for Thursday, and the moon is fully in Cancer. So, although on Thursday we prefer a greater sense of freedom, that's the other thing about the 5, than we've had of late due to the pandemic, changes experienced today could be quite profound. Be certain that all measures are taken, however, so that all concerned are protected and safe, because the change could be more information about the virus getting worse. And we expected this. The second wave, although we've never really ended the first, is always worse than the second. At least that's what it seems like. And because generally speaking, if it's the one where you're going into fall and winter and the cold and flu season, you're adding to the whole mix, right? So as a new path unfolds, which is Vaya, remain mindful of who you are in relationship to others and approach others in fellowship and unified purpose. In other words, that's Manaz. But in other words, wear a mask. I was talking to a nurse friend of mine on the weekend, and we were talking about what it's like to go to the grocery store and what we see when we get there. And plus, her being a nurse, she understands this fully. And we were talking about, she says, oh yeah, how people wear their mask below their nose. It goes in your nose first. That's where the disease goes first. The virus enters there. Okay? And so you must cover your nose. You're breathing it out. All right, it gets itself there, it does what it does, and then it goes to the body. Once it breaks through the barrier inside there, it then goes to the body. See, and so if you don't cover your nose, you're breathing it out. The other thing we talked about is face shields only. Most ridiculous thing she's ever heard of. There's nothing keeping your breath from escaping. And there's nothing preventing someone else's breath from coming up underneath your face shield. You are not protecting yourself. And you doggone sure aren't protecting anyone else. You want to wear a face shield? That's fine. Wear a mask under it. Okay? So understand that the change that could be happening, that we could be feeling, has to do with the virus. We must take precautions. We must get on the same page and ignore the current occupant of the White House and all of the idiots surrounding him. We must survive this together. We must. While the moon is still in Cancer, nurture self and others on Thursday and focus on matters of home and hearth. Let go of any stress you've been experiencing of late and enjoy the day. So I hope that's indicative of something positive happening on Tuesday. Intuition is strong, as is your heart, which is the moon trine the sun. Remain flexible and explore new experiences with others safely, of course, and that's the moon sextile Uranus. Remain aware of the influence of spirit and understand that sometimes timing is everything to avoid any pitfalls that could arise. Again, timing is a factor today. Preserve what momentum you've gained by avoiding alignment or harmony with others that can interfere with progress. Instead, remain calm if energies become either chaotic or limiting, for they shall pass as a new direction becomes clear. Know that it is in alignment with others on a shared course that we will reestablish our collective stability. And that's the human design and I Ching information for Thursday, the 5th of November. Now on Friday the 6th, again, we have a 6th energy, higher self, between awakening and awareness and manifestation by the soul. We have I was as the 13th rune of the Elder Futhark, and as above, so below rune, drawing spirit into our experiences in the day. And Fortuna Major, again, on Friday. Greater Fortune is the Geomancy rune, and we're in another split energy day, although it does not shift from Cancer to Leo until 11:19 p.m. in the evening. So again, if you're up that late, let's see, Steven's not on Friday, so I'm not watching the Colbert Show, the late show, a late show, not the late show, a late show now with Stephen Colbert. And I just wish that he was on Fridays as well. And I wish he would not take any time off. I'm sorry. He just needs to be here for us. And anyway, so our true fortune is found in our relationships with others. And with Friday's 6 numerology aligning well with Fortuna Major, we express harmony in our interactions on Friday, even from a meditative state, which is the rune I was. It's a great meditation tool. Offer healing and love to all and experience the connection between self and the other side of self. Not self and other, but understand that when you see another, that's the other side of self in your perception of your existence. It's all the other side of self that you see. Everybody you see, the other side of self. It is not another. It's not someone different. It's the other side of self. It's what completes you in that moment. Let's see, given that the moon transitions at 11:19 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, we've switched to that now, to Leo. We weren't supposed to anymore. We were supposed to just stay in one time zone, Oregon was, and then it was like, oh, but it's dependent on Washington, it's dependent on California. It's like, come on, people, can we just be like Arizona, please, and just have the same time? This is dumb. But anyway, during much of the morning and afternoon, you may still experience Cancer's nurturing influence. That said, excessive nurturing can be experienced by others as smothering or stifling, so set your boundaries accordingly on Friday. And that's the moon opposite Jupiter. Jupiter's expansive, and so maybe you go a little too far, you get a little excessive, a little grandiose, and that's not always received very well. Let go of any need to control the outcome of situations that may seem challenging as well. That's the moon opposing Pluto on Friday. In other words, observe the cause and effect of your actions and allow the integration of your values and ideals to provide both inspiration or to provide inspiration for new experiences. Use prior experience to elevate both self and others out of despair and recognize the potential that continues to unfold. And that's the human design and I Ching information for Friday, the 6th of November. And lastly, the 7th of November, which is Saturday, we have balance between awakening and soul manifestation with the 7. We have Gebo reinforcing that as the 7th rune of the Elder Futhark, balanced energy exchange with others. You can kind of see where the week is flowing, so I hope that's indicative of something. We have Vaya again as the Geomancy rune, and we have the moon, let's see, in Leo. Why do I have Taurus? That's last week. So I have one more that I've got to fix. Let's see. Good Lord. Let's see. I did it right, though, in the body. What is with this? I don't know. Maybe I didn't save. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. But observe situations as they unfold today. On Saturday, the 7th, allowing everything to become clear before making a decision. A 7 numerology suggests finding balance within, particularly if truth is lacking. However, remain mindful of the path and stay the course, which is Vaya. Allow the light of spirit to assist in maintaining an integrative approach with others on Saturday while respecting individual choice, and that's Gebo. With the moon now in Leo, it's time to have some fun on Saturday, but do avoid expressing too much of Leo's willful side so that you remain flexible and adaptable to new experiences. That's the moon square Uranus and also trine Chiron. So, I mean, Leo is usually a very warm and lively and gregarious and welcoming kind of influence, but sometimes it's a Mars energy, so, sun energy, it can get a little away from you, depending on how you're feeling that day. So just be aware that Leo is a great energy, but sometimes ill-dignified. It can be a little odd and pushy. So anyway, let your creative side flourish today and find fulfillment in the process itself, leaving long-term goals for another day. Be selective along the path, and if a restructuring is required, allow your values to guide your choices and decisions. Know that stability is necessary for a positive outcome, so focus on reality and let go of perceptions that are not in service to fundamental truth. And that's the human design and I Ching information for Saturday, the 7th of November, 2020. So I guess that's it. Try to stay calm. Right. And I can't tell you the number of times I double check this thing. I swear to God, I double checked it and doubled, but I do it over the course of several days. And somewhere along the line that broke down. Either I kept saving everything, so I don't know. This must just have been me doing it and not some inadvertent thing I forgot to do. So anyhow, I have to go back and make another couple changes on the blog post because that's up. And to those people that see it in their newsletter, I'm so sorry. I'm just so scattered and worried and freaked out and all of that about the election that my mind is unfortunately there, and it's a worrisome situation. We've are over 90,000 people a day. Or not 90,000, but what is it? What is the numbers that are? Is it over 100,000? Almost 200,000? Is it that many that are getting sick every day? I forget what it is now. It was just so, I was just so blown away by all of it. I could not believe what I was seeing. I think it's over 100,000, isn't it? Yeah, like 130,000 or something. But I think where I'm getting confused is they did a study where the super spreader events. They figured 30,000 people got sick out of all of them that have gone on since, I think, June or July when they started looking at it. I think it was June, though. And 700, they figure, have passed. And so that number's like right in the forefront of my mind. And so I'm getting confused about the other numbers. But this is a crazy time, and people are dying, and we need change. So if you haven't voted, please vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris on Tuesday. Please consider doing that. We need a different guy at the helm. We need a different person at the helm, so that we can survive this in a way that there's so much pain to look back on. We need something positive to look forward to, and just to have somebody who can go and understand the situation and listen to the scientists and not be the kind of, jerk that this one is. We need that now. So please, if you haven't voted yet and you're voting on Tuesday, please consider voting for the Biden-Harris ticket. Even if you're not typically someone who votes for Democrats, please do that this time. We need to shift this. We can argue about, Democratic and Republican politics later. We can argue about what all that looks like later. But right now, we need to get this guy out of there so that we can survive this. So Social Security's on the line, Medicare's on the line, all of it is on the line. And if we don't do this, the country will not be the United States anymore. So anyhow, thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry for the the gloom and doom at the end, but it's just a fact. Unfortunately, it's a fact. This is what happens when somebody like this gets installed into the White House. It was done to hurt us, and that's what's happened all this time. And so, if you haven't voted, please consider Biden-Harris. And so, you have a wonderful week, and stay as calm as you can. And I don't know. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask if you go out around anyone at all, anywhere, inside or out. And blessed be.